Alright, what's going on, motherfuckers? Welcome to another YouTube. I am very excited about today's session. Today will be my last heavy deadlift before the Haynes Farm Open, and I have no idea how it's going to go. I've stacked a lot of things in my favour for it to be decent. Hopefully it'll be better than my last heavy session where I failed 300 kilos. There's no real need to go up as heavy as that today. I just need to do some heavy weight with whatever weight is necessarily heavy to me at this point in time. So I don't really know what that number is. We'll just see how warm-ups feel and build from there, and I'll bring you along to see where that goes. And then I'm gonna have a little bit of a discussion with you guys talking about the comp itself, my mindset going into comp. Obviously I'd yo-yoed quite heavily between doing it and not doing it. I am doing it. That is confirmed. I have not doubled back on that, and that will not change now. But there's a few things that I want to talk to you guys about as well. Some turn of the tide stuff that I think is quite exciting. So I'm excited to sort of film this vlog with you guys and just bring you along and be as open and honest as ever, but not negative or miserable and all of the stuff that I have been. So I've got a lot of movement prep stuff to do to get my body ready. The battery is dying both on this microphone and on that camera. So I've got to put it all on charge because I was unorganized and didn't do that. But I'll film some movement prep stuff. I'll probably zone in to get my deadlift done, and then we can do some kegs outside and have a bit of a chat afterwards, all being well. So let's just get massive and pull a big deadlift today, shall we? Let's get it. Well, fuck me. That is without doubt the reason why I have filmed every single one of these sessions. Is I wanted you all to see exactly what it looks like. I didn't expect it to be this much of a journey. Fuck's sake. Why am I tearing up? It's a joke. Yeah, it's probably because Tom just put this soft music on whilst he does his posing routine in the corner. He's also basically butt naked in the gym right now, which is a wonderful distraction, but the problem is I'm now going to have to talk about everything I want to talk about whilst erect. So, yeah, man, I wanted to show the whole journey. I didn't think it would look quite like this. I really thought that you know, documenting everything on this prep would just inspire people and show people, you know, how I put stuff together and, you know, and almost present my work, because although I don't compete in strongman at a pro level, I take it as seriously as the pros do, and I want to compete at a pro level one day. I'm 33 years old, I've got loads of work to do, and I'm so excited to do it, and one day tick off, you know, that box of being able to refer to myself as a pro strongman. You know, it's what fucking dreams are made of, and that's my next big scary goal. And I never thought that starting this prep this year and competing for these competitions would make me feel so far behind, and so far away from those goals. And as much as it sucked filming things week to week to show you guys, I'd say all the ups and downs, but very few ups and majority downs. And obviously, like I've explained quite a few times before, is that's not what prep looks like normally for me. It's the reality of this prep. And although tempted to give up on multiple occasions and pull out of the comp and just go back to building and, you know, excuse me, working with Shane, then not working with Shane, and back coaching myself, and everything that's thrown in the mix, and loads of question marks and doubt and guilt and frustration and embarrassment, and it's literally all been in there. And we ain't quite done yet. Obviously that isn't the end of the prep, but my God, did that 300 kilos mean a lot to me. It honestly felt like the biggest deadlift set of my life. There's the title of the YouTube video. Even though it's, you know, it's 300 kilos, I've pulled 320 for 3, I've done 325 in a powerlifting comp, albeit all of those on a deadlift bar. You know, that's a PB on that setup. But the biggest thing I needed today was just a heavy single around RPE 8-9. I didn't know if that was going to be 300 or not. I really just wanted 280 to feel good, and that was my last warm-up, and it felt that good that I knew 300 would be on. I had a feeling that 300 would be closer to RPE 9-10, but I also knew what it was going to do to me confidence-wise, and I also know how long I've got. I've got a week and 4 days to recover from that now, and my body will be so good to go. And obviously I failed that weight 3 or 4 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and it's just a huge testament to Alexandra, my mindset coach. She's just allowed me to have a whole new level of clarity, and also within the stuff that I've been doing with her, I've been really able, for the first time I think in a fair few years, to protect my own mentality. I'm an incredibly generous person, and I like giving myself to people as a coach, as a family man, as a gym owner, but at the same time, like, certain conversations, certain personalities, to withdraw from those and not allow myself to entertain them, not allow myself to get drawn into, you know, dramas or bits and pieces that will knock things off kilter, or create, you know, poor quality sleep or poor quality rest. Just, it's all baggage at the end of the day that builds up over time, and it's a big part of why I burn out, is being too involved in stuff and not prioritising the stuff I am involved with, and latching onto positivity. It's something I've spoke about a lot over the years, but I've definitely fallen short of my own standards recently, and Alexandra's helped me to not only remind myself of my own standards, but also understand me a little bit more. And fuck it, man, we're 2 sessions in, which is the really exciting bit. Like, where am I going to be in another 6 weeks? You know, I'm so excited. That 300 kilo pull today, RPE 8, and it come up wonky. I didn't even notice until afterwards when I watched it back that it come up wonky. In the moment, I couldn't feel the weight at all. And I haven't had that since August last year. So, yeah, fucking mad, eh? Who would think that a 300 kilo deadlift in your gym pretty much on your own? Credit to Tom though. Tom helped me get there mentally. He's very good at winding me up. He knows just how to squeeze my traps. That's all I need. I don't need words of encouragement, although they do help. But what I really need is someone to squeeze my traps. I don't know why, just a trigger cue that works. Yeah, that was fucking cool. That was fucking cool. Without doubt, one of my favourite lifts of all time. That and my 320 for 3 at England's Most Powerful, my favourite deadlifts of all time. How crazy is that? Just a 300 kilo training pull is one of your favorite deadlifts of all time. But it's what it stands for. It's what it means. It's how it's made me feel. Just like within 60 seconds of getting wound up and pulling a deadlift and finishing it, I instantly feel like me again. It's just cool, isn't it? It seems so silly. It seems so silly to be, to feel like you've like lost yourself. But my life's a fucking whirlwind, man. From just incredible things that I do, coaching, incredible friends, incredible family, incredible environments like with my gym, being a gym owner, my wife, my son. Like, my life's fucking amazing. And I worked so hard to build it all. To then lose yourself and not be able to appreciate it, just fucking, it's been gut-wrenching. And my feet have never felt more on the ground. I'm not going to finish up the vlog there. I'm going to go and carry on with some back accessories. I was going to do some keg runs today. I'm going to save them for Friday. Got a really exciting week of training this week. I've got some pressing to do on Thursday, which shouldn't be too bad. I just want to do a little bit more. I want to touch a log. I want to do a little bit more axle clean technique. At the moment, the technique that I've discovered that's working, I've only done up to 80 kilos on that. So I wouldn't mind touching something a little bit heavier. See if we can make 100, 110 feel really, really good. Maybe even clean 120, but it just depends on my knees and where we are and how things feel and warm-ups and so on. So I want to touch that on Thursday. Then on Friday, Harry's coming to the gym again. He's coming for, I think, a back session and grip again, which we did grip together the other week. We're going to do that, but I'm going to train kegs then. I'm not going to do back then with him because I'll have done back today. I'll train kegs with him then. Well, he's not going to train kegs. I will. Do some keg loading, and that'll be all I do on that day. I won't do any accessories or anything like that. And then Saturday will be off, but I'll be in the gym until 12 with the Saturday morning strong crew and the rest of the strong men that come in on Saturday mornings. And then on Sunday, I'm going to the truck pull challenge at Truck Fest. Which I'm so excited for. Entered it last minute because there's obviously a truck pull at Haynes, so it's the last opportunity to get some truck pull practice in. I think the truck at Haynes is a tractor, and it's heavy. We've got an 8-ton pull, an 8-ton push, and a truck and trailer pull to do at the Truck Fest the weekend. I'm going to take my lad, my missus is away, my best mate Owen's coming with me with his lad, and it should make for a really cool Sunday. Treating it as a training day. It's also a competition, but I'm mainly just there to have some fun, feel through my shitty foot, get some trucks pulled, have a good time doing it. If we do all right and we earn some medals or trophies or whatever, then so be it, but I'm not really all bothered about that right now. I'm all about having a good time. It's part of the reason why I sort of got that impulse and was like, yeah, do it. It's not going to detract from Haynes. It all makes perfect sense, and it'll be a good time. There's a few guys from the gym going down as well. I think Nadia, who competes at Haynes, Nico, and possibly Amy are doing it as well. And they're all, Nadia I coach, Nico's coached by Tom, Amy's coached by Vicky, and I think they're all going to be there pulling trucks as well. So it's just going to be a cool day. So yeah, a fucking exciting week. I'm looking forward to bringing you guys with me. Last week of training before Haynes, and it started off really fucking well. Let's go train some back and then wrap things up for this session. So this is where I actually have to be very, very careful, because normally when I'm all pumped up and I've done a big deadlift set like that and I feel good and I feel strong and, you know, ego's in full swing, naturally I want to absolutely destroy my accessories, and get into some like really big heavy stuff and smash some PBs. I had a good week last week with accessories as well. This is my last full week of training before comp. I need my event work to be peak, and I need to start backing off the accessories a touch now, because the reality of hitting these at like RP 11 now, as much as my brain's like, yeah, go. This is just going to dig me into a fatigue hole that's going to be quite tricky to get out of. And obviously, that deadlift plus the rest of the work that I'm going to do across the week is going to be quite fatiguing as it is. So I've got to be really, really mindful of what I'm doing as we work through to make sure that, you know, obviously I'm strong and that's ready. I just need to be recovered. So digging myself deeper with a load of fun but heavy accessories is not going to be the one. So what I'm going to do today is, normally with these sandbag rows, I normally do a set of 10, a set of 8, and then a set of 6 to 8, which I normally do an extension at the end of the 6 to 8 as well. And I've been using 136 to 140 kilo sandbag. Today I'm just going to do a set of 10 to warm up with the 80, and then I've got 111 kilo sandbag that I'm going to take into the teens today, 13, 15 reps, but keep it around sort of RPE 7, 8, so quite low, maybe even a bit less, depending on how it feels. So just got to be smart about what I'm doing to make sure that I don't end up in a grave. That was quite tough. Couldn't get into my usual flow with that. Kept slipping, but not upset. I think that was 13, can't remember. So on this machine last week, I took 6.5 plates aside, 6.5 plates aside for 8 reps, 10 reps, PB anyway. The weight in itself was a PB even if I'd have just done one. So yeah, that was good, but I don't want to be in that territory today, so I'll do, I normally do 2 plates for 10, 4 plates for 8, and then go to 6, or in that case 6.5. I'll take 4 for my top set today, and go into the teens. So start off with 2, I'll knock out 10 reps on 2, and then get into 4 plates, like I said, and take it into the teens. I have a very specific setup style in this machine that some of you may have seen and noticed. I mean, I've been doing this one for a long time now. This particular piece of equipment is a Gym 80 row, which I absolutely adore it. One of the best row machines I've ever used. Definitely flies under the radar because everyone wants prime stuff now, which is fine by me because I paid fuck all for this. Come all the way from Scotland. So, in terms of my setup style, I set up in this the same way I used to set up in the old hammer strength plate loaded rows, which is another fantastic row, and if I had a bigger gym, that would be my other one, which then I'd have a problem because I'd want to use both all the time. So I'd have to alternate week to week, but whilst using one, I'd miss the other, like a little love relationship. So with this, I go for a standing position as opposed to a seated, because I want the handle low into the hip to engage my lat. Now, I've developed a really, really good mind to muscle connection with my lat, where I can incorporate body English on a row and still have an isolated lat. A lot of people, like I used to be, would use body English with a poor connection to their lats and get fuck all from it. So I spent a good sort of 2 years developing a really good neurological connection to my lats, doing a load of fluff stuff, cable pull downs, single arm cable pull downs, working on driving the elbow into the pocket. My right side connects slightly better than my left, but I can get a decent connection on both these days. So that allows me to basically, like, from the moment I pick this up, I load through my lat. And obviously with this machine, similar to a hammer strength row, it has a big drop off, or well, it's not massive, but it has a drop off as it works through the axis. Obviously the plates are still in front of the axis as it comes up, but as it's coming closer to the axis point, it obviously gets a little bit lighter. The further you go back, the lighter it'll get. So I always make sure that I have a hole showing here, which brings me in line there. So I've got to reach to pull the weight stack off. And then from here, like as soon as I've unwrapped, I'll drive this shoulder down, which engages my lat. And now I just stay on my lat and drive my elbow into my pocket. And I can, even if I want to, like all that rocking there, as much as that's inertia and generating momentum to move load, as long as my shoulder doesn't lift, that's still on my lat. So inertia, drive into my pocket, and it's all lat. And a little like twist in the rotation in the torso, normally something I wouldn't recommend for someone trying to build a connection. For me, it just allows me to put more weight in my hand and connect with my lat more. I don't know how many I've done. We'll call that 10, probably wasn't. It just allows me to really put load through my lats. And yes, stroke my ego, which is really important when I'm trying to be really strong. And obviously no straps. This is a grip exercise as much as it is a stabilization exercise and a lat thickness exercise, if you like. Thickness in terms of the fact that exercises like this, when executed correctly with the right connection, build a very, very dense lat, which is something I've developed over the last, well, before this machine was a hammer strength row, it's probably 2-3 years. My back's always been a bit shit. That'll do. I don't think that was 10 either. So yeah, it's a wicked piece of kit, one I'm glad to have in my gym, and one that's been a staple for lat development. And obviously when we're talking in terms of what do you need big lats for, primarily keeping the bar close to your shins in deadlifts. If you've got weak lats, you'll often wave away from your shins a little bit at times, not strong enough to hold the bar in. That's a big one anyway, certainly whilst we're talking about deadlifts, because today was a good deadlift day. Stick 4 plates on, fucking yeet a set of 15 or something. Gonna have a little breather before I do that set, because my heart rate is still pounding a bit too much, mainly because of those rows and talking. So I'm gonna have a shit and a fag and I'll be back in a minute. Any less than 15 and I deserve to go to a Thai prison to be bummed. Probably quite nice, to be fair. I'll do 14 on this one. No Thai prison for me. Oh, no Thai prison for me. Well, still my left side to go. It's meant to be 30 reps in total. So if I do 14 on this side, it makes it 29. Book my flights to Thailand. I cannot explain to you all, and those that have done this will know exactly what I'm talking about, how good it feels just to feel good. I've been waiting a long time to feel like this. Well, what feels like a long time. All year, and it's April. End of April, 4 months, 4 good months. I dropped that log on my foot in December. Naturally, there's always part of you that feels like you've wasted 4 months. You haven't. If anything, these have been the most valuable. I'm spitting, flicking spit everywhere. That's gross. These last 4 months have been the most valuable 4 months I've ever had, I think, not in my entire life, but in my training career. Stay in Sleaford, get bummed here instead. All right, cool. On to the last exercise of the session, which is this T-bar row. The T-bar row I bought from the gym I used to work at, that I was a member of for about 11 years. Some of you know the story there, some of you don't. Very, very cool piece of kit. I've trained on this. I've probably trained on this for Used it pretty much every week for about 11 years. As far as chest supported T-bar rows go, this is up there as one of my favourites. There's not a lot I would change about it. And now a lot of people would disagree with me, and that's fine. Just fucking disagree with me then. I'm not interested. But with this one, you've got 3 handle options. So we can go high and wide for like a rear delt focus, what I refer to as like a motorbike grip, which is just good upper back, mid back. And then you've got this low supinated handle, which is just amazing for pulling into your hips and targeting lats. It's absolutely ridiculous. It feels so good, but it puts the weight really far out in front of you. So it's not one of those T-bars that you're loading, you know, 6, 8, 10 plates on. 4 plates on this is fucking heavy, especially in that lat handle. But yeah, I love this piece of kit. The only thing I would change is I would have like a metal foot plate on the bottom, so there was 3 foot heights: the floor, this one, and then that one, because I have to put my feet on the floor to get it exactly how I want it. Just because I'm tall, and naturally people that are taller than me will have the same issue. Sometimes when the weight's heavy and my feet are on the floor, you can feel the machine lift at the back, which is why it'd be nice if it was a foot plate, because then the weight of my feet on the machine would pin it down and work as a counterbalance. Anyway, today, mid handle. Normally I do 1 plate for 10, 2 plates for 8, 3 plates for a single, then into 4 plates, which I did last week for a PB, which 10, I think, 8 or 10 reps, something like that. This week I'm only going to work up to 2 plates. So I'm going to take single plate for 10, 2 plates for somewhere around 15. Easy, super comfy. I just like the fact that I'm locked in enough where I can feel my scapula moving and retract through without pulling on any bicep or anything like that. Oftentimes with some of these machines, where the handles are positioned or where you put yourself can be very bicepy. So this one's great. Even the supinated handle when you're doing it there for lats, if you've got a good connection with your lats, it's not bicepy at all. Okay, boys and girls, last set of 15. What's quite nice is, although a very low RPE set of accessories, got a really nice pump in my back. Probably started with the deadlift because I put a lot of emphasis on back and lat tightness. So it probably started there, especially with the warm-ups, as I was cueing it really early. And yeah, accessories are enough to put some blood flow in there. Feels good, it feels wide. All right, 15. Beautiful. Right, that will fucking conclude us for today. I'll see you on Thursday for a very exciting log, axle and stuff session. See you then. Peace, love and cake. Bitches!